The Heartbeat of the Sea is about this young boy who is suffering from a terminal illness, and through a story from his mother while he's in the hospital, he receives this flashback of his life through the metaphor of the sea, where he goes on this adventure on the high seas with his first mate, who is a stuffed animal dog named Scuppers. In this fabricated story from his mother, he's discovering all of these real people that he saved through little acts of kindness that he didn't see the value of at the time. But as he saves more and more people join his crew, he starts to realize the immense impact of just his life alone. So I really wanted to write a story that talked about the impact of a single human life. I kind of have grown up and struggle with the premonition of that my worth is defined by what I create and what I can produce in the ways in which I'm useful. And so I struggle with trying to earn love and appreciation from other people. And so I really wanted to write a story that explored, is that really the case? If not, what is the true value of us as humans and our impact on the world around us? And through writing the story and other experiences that led me to creating this, I learned that at the end of the day, our character is defined by how we love.
So Heartbeat of the Sea was originally designed in my animation pre-production course, and that was way back in these students' freshman year.
And I wrote that script very much based off of just this cool idea of combining, wow, like the waves on a heart rate monitor kind of look like waves in the ocean. How can I combine that idea with my question of what does it mean to truly be an extraordinary person?
And Kateri's script was really good because when she was pitching it, we were all just like kind of like locked into the story, and some of us almost cried because it was such a beautiful story. So I really wanted to be on her project.
I greenlit it for moving forward within that class, and then after the course she decided maybe I want to do this more. And so she came to me after the course and said, hey professor, what would this look like if I wanted to make this a senior project? What would I have to do?
Expanding the team was definitely something that was nerve-wracking. The amount of just like excitement that we got from people was really encouraging.
In the animation capstone classes is 3 different courses over the course of the senior year, and students essentially work on whatever is going to most benefit their portfolio. So students really get to decide where do they want to focus and really develop their craft.
So like depending on the length of class, we all just like work on our own personal projects or like on a big group project. And then Professor Holbert just goes around the classroom checking in on people, asking for updates, asking if there's anything he can do to help them.
Since my team and I had already been working on this for 2 years, it was very easy for us to say, hey, we're making this film for our capstone project. The time in class is just studio time. They all come in, and I check in on every single one of them, as well as my director of animation, Claire-Anne, who comes and checks on everybody in the animation side of things, just making sure everything's cohesive and smooth. We are laughing and talking and joking as we're drawing and also troubleshooting together. It's a great place for us to all be in person and talk together of like, here's where we are with the project, this is where we need to pick it up. It's a good time. So when I first decided that I wanted to do this project, it was just me at the time, and I had people that were working on it for class, but I had not dropped that I was hoping to continue working on it. And I knew that I wanted to be prepared for my crew, and so I wanted to get all of the information on how the heck an animated film is made past pre-production. And so I talked to Professor Holbert, and he told me to reach out to someone named Josh Martin, who was the director on Elephant Tracks. And I had heard about Elephant Tracks long before I had come to the school. When I was here at University Day, he passed by me in the hallway and the admissions counselor said, oh, that's Josh Martin. He's doing the animation senior project. And I was like, that is sick. Like, that is so cool.
Through directing Elephant Tracks, I learned a lot of different things. I mean, it was my first time ever making an animated film or directing an animated film, and so I was learning a lot throughout the whole process, and so I was able to kind of pass on some of that knowledge to Kateri. And I think one of the most important pieces of information or knowledge that I gave to her is to always plan for more time than you think you need. As she understood, and that is one of the most helpful things, especially on an animation project.
And I hadn't even showed him the script. I hadn't even talked to him very much before, and he was just like super kind and just like laying out everything for me so that I wouldn't run into the same things that he did and learn from Elephant Tracks and be able to take what he learned and just bring it into this new project. I started working on it a little bit more, and I thought, why don't I reach out to Josh Martin one more time? I'm just gonna send him the script and see if he thinks this will work. And he was just so enthusiastic.
I know how difficult of a process it can be, and so I was really excited as well to kind of guide these new animators and illustrators on this project and and help them in any way I could.
3 years later, I'm meeting with somebody in the library in the exact same spot that I talked to Josh Martin, talking to a student about their interest in creating an animated project. And so super crazy that I'm in that position now, and it's just an honor to be able to work with so many talented people.
Yeah, so this team on Heartbeat of the Sea has been really fun for me to work with. Kateri has come a long way as a director of the project. It was not a skill set that she had ever developed before, and so she originally came with a lot of questions of how do I actually do this role, right? And so she and I have had a lot of conversations, just separate from the rest of the team, of how are things going and how can we best manage people, right? Directing is the vision of the project, but also it's a lot of just people management. How do we get this thing moving forward in one direction? And she's done a really great job of both the creative side as well as the management of people. So I'm really proud of how she's developed. Claire Ann has been a huge asset to this team. She's an amazing artist. All of the film students want to steal her to work on their projects, and so I've told her she can't take any extra. She's got to focus on what she's got.
I hope that people walk out of that theater seeing life in a different light and seeing the immense impact that they have just from being alive and being somebody that others look up to or somebody that is a friend.
You don't have to do a bunch of amazing things right off in the beginning. Everything takes time.
I want people to see this film and realize how valuable they are. Take that knowledge and bring it out to the world and just be kind and love people through big deeds and little deeds alike.